Welcome to Dining Table Tales. My name is Cosmos Oma, and today we're having a very great woman inside of our studios. We want to give a hot shout out to my friends studio and i3c for sponsoring this video, making it happen. And if you're thinking domain, think i3c.co.ug. And with that said, please introduce yourself.
My name is Namuleme Shifah, but most of my friends, my close friends, call me Shay, so you can call me Shay. I am excited to be here and excited to get into the topic of the day.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, every time she gets to talk, she takes all the smoke, and I get kind of terrified, and I can't pick on from right there. But today we're just excited that you're here. And you know, the dining table, we always speak about like facts and things that people go through and all that. And currently in Uganda right now, we've been having a lot of chaos and all that.
Yeah.
How has it been affecting you?
I wouldn't say I've been physically affected, but you know, seeing all that is going on, it gets me to the, you know, to January 14th, what is going to happen. Now it's just campaigns and people already rioting. There's bloodshed, which is very sad that people are dying in this moment.
Very true.
So, of course, you know, at a moment I had a very crazy idea. I'm like, when January comes, I'm going to run out of this country because, you know, anything could happen. But with that, I'm like, then my family, what will happen to them? I wouldn't want them to, you know, go through what could happen, because just the campaigns have shown us a sneak peek of what could take place, you know, during elections.
The idea of everything is that it all starts in fear.
Yeah.
And terror and all that chaos comes into someone's mind when you think it's just really going to happen.
That's true.
But then at the back of our heads, we know we have people that always cross the year by praying. Those people prayed for the 2020. As much as it has been a havoc, we still have hope in it.
That's true.
And then the other thing is that you spoke about running away from your family.
From Uganda.
Yeah, but then you're gonna leave your family behind.
Of course not. After thinking about it, I'm like, no way. If I had all the means to get my entire family out, that would make sense. But I cannot go and leave them here because I'd be worried. What's going on? What's happening? Yeah. So of course, there's no way I'm going.
Anyways, so because I understand that it's fear.
Yeah.
Upon fear. And then it just multiplies when you get to see those things on the internet. Plus also the internet adds more oil, and then it fumes up a little bit more. But then at the end of the day, you personally, what brings hope to you, like personally deep inside? What makes you think it's gonna be better? What
brings hope to me is first of all, getting away from the fact that I know who made this year. Before this year came, the Lord knew what it would entail.
Okay.
So for me, my hope and my confidence is in the Lord, because before we saw 2020, He had ordained years back that 2020 would look like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do not have the powers in my hands to change anything. I could change some things through prayer and a few things, but my hope is in the Lord, and I know He will make things better.
In line with achievements and the highs of 2020. What are your best three?
First of all, I want to thank God for the season. It's not been easy for so many of us as a country, even out of the country. It's not been easy, but for me, I've learned a few things. And one thing, I'm very bad with money. I've been so bad with money. But with this year and this season that has gone on, I have learned to save. And then I've also learned to, you know, so many times we felt like you can only have church inside the building of church.
Exactly. That's one thing.
And then because I'm a minister in church, I'm a worshiper, at first it didn't make sense at all.
It never does.
The online church and all that. I'm like, how? But then I have gotten to a level of having my personal relationship with God, not just in the four walls of the church, but creating this relationship, just me and Him. Because I think so many times we are deceived being in these four walls of the building. And we make it, we make it a performance. We make it seem like I need to go to church to meet these friends, to show off my outfit. And of course, there's quite a lot that has come with this year. But of course, my law, of course, in this year, I lost my dad, not to COVID, but August 18th, I lost a very wonderful man, a very wonderful dad, a very wonderful husband to my mother. And that broke me like so bad. Me and my dad
were together.
Like
inseparable.
So close.
Like bacon and eggs.
So close. And when that happened in August, I was so broken. Of course, it's not something for any of you that has lost anyone.
Yeah.
It's not something you just come out of like, you know, because people will tell you it will get better. It never gets better. I am not yet there.
Okay, it does get better. You have to have the hope it gets better. Because most of us never know what our parents are going through. Most of the time, sometimes they ask for it.
Yeah.
Because even when Jesus was about to die, he'd say, take this cup away from me, because he was terrified. But at the end of the day, Jesus is in heaven. And so we hope our parents are in heaven.
That's true. And it's very important, like you said right there. I wanted to find, my dad suffered diabetes for a very long time, 22, 23 years.
Yes.
And he was in pain. His diabetes got to a point of amputation of legs.
Oh boy.
He lost his legs, but he had life. He was okay. We treated it and he was okay.
Makes sense.
And then after that moment, he just got some other illness that just attacked him. And he was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain.
Yeah.
So much as we wanted him to stay with us, I feel like, because so many times he mentioned that, you know, I'm tired of this pain. I'm tired of it.
True.
And even when he's gone, I've always wanted to find reason why.
From right there, I just want to dive in and just remind everyone out there that, I mean, we all understand that we expect a lot from what is coming in the future.
Yeah.
And then we always forget from what is around us.
Yeah.
Because if I knew that my mom was going to die in 2007, I would have done better. Like, I would have changed my bad character earlier on and be nice, cook for her, shake things up. But at the end of the day, we are reminded that times are going to keep changing.
Yeah, true.
And things like having a longer life prediction and just you faking whatever is around you for a better future is not going to help us.
That's right.
Because I feel like we should do it now, not tomorrow. Best to be done now. And just driving away from that, I also have this one thing that happens in a normal day-to-day life. People get to suffer from a lot of poverty. And our girlfriends, present day, unlike mine, they are very demanding at the end of the day. And what do you think is the problem?
Now, before I even get into this, what you just asked, there's something that has been going on social media. I don't know if you've seen it. Sugar daddy and boyfriend. Yes. Someone would post a girl, my phone fell in water, and sugar daddy would be like, how much is iPhone 12? And then boyfriend would come through and be like, put it in rice. It will resurrect. You know, so many funny things that people have been posting. And then I'll say this again. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Looking at all this that, you know, girls kept posting, because for me, this is what I see as demand that you are talking about. Because the girls feel like, boyfriends, you need to up your game. If sugar daddy can do this for me, what are you doing? Exactly. You know? Now, the statement that I want to say again, I've said it before. For me, it gave me reason or thinking that we have actual prostitutes that stand on the streets. And then we have prostitutes that are lazy to stand on the streets. You feel me? Low-key prostitutes. Low-key prostitutes. Because if you saw your girlfriend post that, what would come in your mind? Of course, you'd think she's getting stuff from sugar daddy. You would think, you know, she's, in a way they were communicating something, but how do you bring it up? Now, like you were saying, poverty, of course, with African society, poverty is all over. And that's true. The very poor families are very poor, and those that are rich are rich. And those that pretend are there. And those that pretend to have something, yet it's not there, are also there. Now, when it comes to relationships, I think what I want to say is get to know your person. Okay. If I know, Cosmos, you earn $1 million a month. Yes. I would not come with demands of a car. Like we just dated, let's say 2 or 3 months down the road, and I want a car. I want, you know, to sleep in a classy apartment. You want to go traveling. I want to travel like every month. I want to go out. Yes. I mean, we need to be realistic. But my point here is know your person. In other words, it's called conning.
which we learned in school. We used to think it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get this dude or this girl that is pretty nice, very nice, they can fake their niceness actually for more than a year. And until you know it, you're iced in marriage with this wrong person and you want to move. Do you believe in divorce?
I don't.
You don't?
But
yes.
I guess there's a point it gets at and you gotta live for your life. Even the Bible is clear about this. When for issues as, unfaithfulness, the Bible says you can
depart.
But then, humanly speaking, I think there are points you get at and you can't settle in a toxic marriage. In a marriage where things, you felt like things do not work. And of course, so many times for me, I've blamed us. Like, before these things happen in the marriage, you ought to have seen them when you were dating. But I was in a relationship where I saw everything wrong with the relationship. But every time I hoped it would get better.
Oh, you always hope. Because you're always innocent.
You always hope. You're like, okay, he could be this, but we can pray about it. Or he has done this to me, but he has apologized.
So are there things that you can comprehend and there are things that you cannot comprehend?
Yeah, for all of us.
Okay, name me only 3 things you can comprehend and you're like, if he's doing this, I'll be fine. I can, stick around a little longer.
Oh my. If we've been moving along and you've been truthful to me, honest with everything, and just one time you lied about something, and then you came to me and explained yourself out, you could be lying, but because it's, the first time you are doing it, I might compromise and, give you a chance.
For forgiveness.
So with that, now, when we even talk about compromise, I don't want to talk about the things I've gone through personally, but I think I compromised a lot in a relationship that I was in.
The past relationship?
The past relationship. I think I don't want to talk about that relationship, but, it gets me, I want to help someone.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you that I compromised a lot, so many things.
Yeah.
Until I got to a point, I'm like,
who am I kidding?
Exactly. Like, is this worth it?
Yeah.
It's true, I love this person. They say they love me. I don't know how true that was because you cannot say you love me and you have people around, other girls around you. Like, it was just too much because for us girls, when we love, That's it.
Yeah.
You know that.
I know.
For you guys, it's different. Today you will love my legs, and tomorrow they'll go out of the other day. Like, honestly.
Yeah, it's honest. Okay, the truth, I don't know what the truth is, but somehow, we go into a relationship with our heads, not with our chest or the heart area. So, you think you're in love, you tell your brain you are in love, and your brain stays there. But then if your brain sees something else, your heart is telling you, you promised you're going to be in love. But then your brain is taking you elsewhere. Yeah. So it's just one thing. But sometimes your brain keeps you in check. It says you're in a relationship, you're married, look at your finger, you're taken. Something like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have this one thing that men suffer from.
Which one?
It's called lie till you die.
Oh my.
So the question is, would you lie till you die only to save a marriage?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You would come up and speak the truth and break the marriage.
You know what? I was talking to a friend recently.
Yes.
And I told them if when I get married in future.
Yes.
And God forbid my husband cheats on me, I would respect him so much if he came and told me himself. Than me hearing it out there I'm telling you, from another person. Because you, of course, lie till you die. Like we just said it, of course you're going to come to me and cry, crocodile tears. It's not even real.
Yeah.
But because you want me to forgive you. But for me, only that just shows that you respect me. Because with cheating comes a lot. Cheating comes a lot. You don't know the status of the other person. You don't know what you are bringing into the family. Like, there's quite a lot.
True.
But like I said, I wouldn't want to live on lies, because that way they're gonna catch up with you.
It really does.
You know, you said the truth.
No, I mean, sometimes there's always this one lie that you know. Trust me, no one will ever open that. That box is kept far away in the deep wall. And when someone opens it, I'll be already dead. So they will find out the truth while I'm gone. Would you do it, or it's still a no?
It's still a no.
Okay.
It's still a no.
The show just gets done when you don't want it to be done.
Yeah.
You know, good things always end while they're hot. That's the Ugandans say. But anyways. So at the end of the day, we have that career part of every one of us.
Yeah.
Because as much as you want to tell your relationship story, you want to tell your family story, there's that part of you. So career-wise, what are you working on?
Currently, I work on TV, Rest Television. Actually, there's a guy that, you know, tried to date me, and if he told me he's not okay dating someone that works on TV.
Okay.
And the reasons he gave me were because those people, you know, with the people they work with, they have relationships with them, and it feels like, you know, you might not like them much.
Well, everyone stereotypes almost everything. So for your sake, are there any kinds of careers you would never date from? Like a soldier or a military guy?
I think when it comes to love, you just want to get away from everything. Because these hearts are very funny. Even when, because I come from a Muslim background.
Yes. And
my relatives, my singers and aunties and all that, judges, grandmas and whatever, they have an issue, us, because now I'm a Christian. Part of my family is Christian. So they have issues us bringing men that are not Muslim home. Yeah?
Yes.
Now I have a beautiful sister that has a very wonderful man who is caring and all that. He's not a Muslim. She's not Muslim either.
Yeah.
But they have an issue with it. So, and then sometimes a question comes to me is, you know, when this person comes to you and they tell you how they feel about you, religion is not written on their face. You get, like, it's not written on their face.
Yes.
More like, you're going to come and I will know automatically he's Christian or he's Muslim. Later on
in life, you find
in life, or while you're relating, they discuss who they are. Now, like I said, when it comes to love, love is a very different thing for me.
So it's a thing whereby you just undress off whatever you call yourself and just be you.
I'm going to just use an example. Someone told me their friend could not date a very wonderful guy that loved them just because, let me say, you know how Baganda we struggle with the R and L?
Yeah.
Sometimes. So because this person is called, let's say, Brian, and the guy calls them Blian.
Oh, good. We have one that called Malo.
Yeah. So, you know, some of those things that for me I think can be worked on, really, you know, just because, you know, this is something we struggle with.
That is very true. But then sometimes girls get to work, but I'm not cussing here, works themselves to the point whereby they're alpha females now. Okay. This is Oprah Winfrey we are talking to. Okay? This is someone that has made a career. And dude, you're coming in, walking, or maybe riding a bike. Woman owns a Benz. She has like everything. She lives up top the hill. You're in Chisenyi, down there. So you see that kind of wealth difference. Do you think there can be leverage between the two? There can be like a balance?
They can. Some people just got it wrong.
Yeah.
They just got it wrong. For me, I'll keep saying and I'll say that I'm never gonna equal to a man.
Up top.
And I am not saying this to, you know, feel like you ladies out there who are fighting for these things, you know, you shouldn't. Yes, you should fight for the rightful things, but the Bible is clear. I'll refer back to the Bible. Be humble. The men are called to love us, and we are called to be like to humble ourselves down. Like,
so you agree with the idea of being submissive?
It's not humble idea. I was going to say submission, not humble. like to submit. We are called to submit.
Yeah, like Janet Museveni and President Museveni. If they broke up now, his campaigns would be dead. Like, do you get that?
Yeah, I feel
so sometimes like our relationship affect our career somewhere, somehow. You get that? And you know Chris Brown and Rihanna. Yeah, they tried, but they were all two elephants that could never live in the same house. You get that? So at the end of the day, what humbles you?
He is the man.
Okay.
First of all, he is the man.
The man.
So whether your wife earns more money than you do, whether she is all the wonderful things there are, at the end of the day, like I said, I think I mentioned this somewhere, that you men are called to love us. We are called to submit. But leave alone things that happen along the way that cause you to, you know, feel like, I need to let go of this and bitchy. Like, you asked me a question, do I believe in divorce? I don't. And if there are ways that couples would work out things and stay together, I would go with that.
Okay. So now we have gotten to another part of the show whereby it's your turn to reflect the light. You get that? Yeah. So at this point, I just want you to speak to the people first in the social arena, political arena, and also in your religious arena, because I understand being a Christian is not a joke. And you being in Christianity, you have learned a few things that they told you. You have learned new truth that they told you in the first person. Like, oh, they actually lied about that. So this time around, you can use as many minutes as you want, but just pour out and make it rain to them.
I came from a Muslim background. I gave my life to Christ at first when I was 10, and then it didn't make sense because I did, but then when I was in Gava, because that's where church is, I would be Christian, and then when I'm home, I'm Muslim. So it was complicated. Much as my dad was broken at first, later on he lived with it and he respected me for coming through and talk to him about it.
Yes.
So out there, if you're out there and probably you're struggling, it could not be about religion, but something else that you are struggling to come out open about.
Yes.
I think it's high time you do so. So many girls in this, era and age who feel like, I'm going to get married to a very rich guy. I don't have to work. He will do everything for me. You are lying to yourself. Slay queens, like, they call you. There is more to you just getting married to this rich guy and just sleeping. And of course, you're not just going to sleep. There's work to do. So many times people have told us marriage does not come on a silver platter or silver plate. When reality hits actually when you get into this marriage, leave alone the wedding that we are all excited about, the one day thing. There is more. Because so many times, so many young people are hit later on when they get into the home. You have to do this and the other. So let's not be blinded by the one day thing that is going to end. Finally, before you decide to do all that, have you shared it with someone? Let someone know what you are going through. But also importantly, for people that cannot share, let's have a heart of reaching out to different people that are in your circles. Reach out to them. Sometimes people are struggling with things and they are not able to share them. So reach out and know how so-and-so is doing. Just not to give them money, but it just makes a whole lot of a difference when you know someone out there cares for you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Man. We want to give a whole shout out to Mapenzi Studio and i3c for sponsoring this video and making it happen.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking domain, think i3c.co.ug. I want to give thanks to the people that have been working so hard and tirelessly to making this quality of the videos to come out to you all guys. The internet. I want to thank the president for not shutting down YouTube because that's where we air. And also, I just want to thank God for your lives. And I wish that as we close off and we start to go into our festivities, go love onto your family, and also pray for us to open up and do it again next year.
Yeah.
With that said, I salute.